Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hi everyone, welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is My Home. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. But remember, if you don't have sanitizer, that's okay. You can always use soap and water. So, we're going to start by rubbing inside our hands, yes, around our hands, very good, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and then last, our fingertips. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we are going to be talking about dangerous objects. Now we're going to move on with our lesson by starting on page 12. On page 12, we are going to be doing a bit of drawing. Now, it's our job to draw cleaning materials or tools used in the house. After that, we're going to talk about the danger of living in a dirty house. So, let us take a look at all the cleaning things I have in the classroom. Now, the same things that we use in the classroom are also the same things we can use when we are cleaning in the house. So, we have the first thing, and the first thing I have is a mop. Now, a mop is used to clean the floor. Normally, when we use a mop, we have a bucket with us. So, we have a mop and a bucket. In the bucket, we put clean water and anything that has soap in it so that we can mop the floor. The reason why we mop the floor, boys and girls, is to keep it clean and germ-free. Then, another item we use at home is a cloth. This one is a cloth. Now, we use a cloth in the kitchen or in the bathroom or anywhere else. Normally, we spray the cloth with something if you want to get rid of anything on a surface. We can also use sanitizer to spray the cloth to keep the surfaces germ-free. So, if we have our sanitizer and the cloth, we can clean beautifully and our house will be less germs. We'll have less germs. So we have a cloth, we can also say sanitizer, we have a mop, and we also have a bucket. But there are more things that we can use, boys and girls, that help us keep our house clean. Germs can be very dangerous, especially if there are a lot. So a dirty house can actually make you sick. If you have a dirty room, you can get sick easily. So boys and girls, it's your responsibility as well to keep your environment clean. When I mean environment, I mean your own bedroom, the places that you play. Make sure you tidy your toys as well. It's important for us to have a clean environment so we can stay healthy. And a clean house is a healthy house. Now, you're going to draw any of the things I've shown you, or even more things. You can draw a dustbin, you can draw a broom, you can also draw a duster, you can draw anything that you see being used to keep the house clean. Now that we're done with that, and when you are done with your drawings, we can move on to the next page, page 13. On page 13, it's about coloring. We are going to color all the things that start with the sound. So, as you can see, we have a few things that we know start with. The first one is a cat. Cat. The next one is a flower. Flower. The next one is a cap. Cap. Although some people may say it is a hat. Hat. The next thing that we can see is a house. House. And then we can see a horse. Horse. Then last but not least, you and I can see a car. Car. So remember, boys and girls, you are only going to color the things that have the sound at the beginning. Take your time, practice before you actually color to make sure that your answer is correct. When you're done with your coloring on page 13, you may now move to the next page, page 14. On page 14, we are going to continue with our drawing, but this time we're going to draw any dangerous objects in the house. We're also going to talk about it so that you know that you need to stay away from these things. Let's take a look. Now, boys and girls, I'm always telling you that a pair of scissors can be dangerous. It's also part of the things that we may have in our house that is dangerous. Playing with them, opening and closing them very quickly, trying to cut things you're not supposed to, and running with scissors is very dangerous. Please only use the pair of scissors when you have an adult with you, and when you're done using it, put it in a safe place. Another thing that can be dangerous in the house is a knife. Now, I have a plastic one here, but that doesn't mean that it is still safe. It can be dangerous. A plastic knife can also hurt you. Any kind of knife, whether it is one to eat with or one to cut meat with, can hurt you very, very badly. So please, boys and girls, do not play with knives. Make sure that if you are holding a knife, you have an adult with you. Try hard to stay away from knives, and if you still feel uncomfortable, tell your parents or the adult there that you don't want to touch the knife. Then, other things that may not be able to stab us or to hurt us, they can burn us. This is a kettle. A kettle boils water. And when the water is very, very hot, we use it for cooking, cleaning, and washing. But, boys and girls, for you to touch the kettle when the water is boiling hot, that can be very, very dangerous. So please, there are many children who have gotten burnt from touching these items. The other thing that can burn you in your house is a stove. This is very important and I want you to listen. Do not touch the stove. The stove is somewhere where our parents cook our delicious meals, but it is not a toy for you to be touching. Even if you're asked to switch off the stove, do not touch it. It is very dangerous. Of course, you can help your parents to boil water, but anything that is too hot or too heavy for you to carry, try hard to not touch. There are many other things in the house that can be dangerous for us, and I want you to draw them as well. Apart from the stove, the scissors and the knife, you are going to try and look for other things in your own house. So take your time, first go and look for these things and then try to draw them. When you're done, please color as well. Have fun with the 3 activities, boys and girls. Take your time with your drawing, color neatly as well. And I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson. But don't worry, I know that you are going to be practicing at home. Don't worry as well. If you're not sure what to do or you don't understand, you can always ask an adult for help. Just make sure that you end up finishing all your work by yourself. So now that we're done with our lesson, it's important for us to sanitize. Do you remember how we sanitize? I'm sure you do. Remember, if you don't have sanitizer, you can always use soap and water. So we start by rubbing inside our hands. Very good. Around our hands. Good. In between our fingers. On our wrists. And our fingertips too. Well done. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I have a special friend and I know you know his name is Sashi, but I don't know where he is. I want to sing. Oh, there you are, Sashi. So, Sashi and I would like to sing a special goodbye song. Are you ready, Sashi? Wonderful. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Bye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, MyZone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.